Welcome back to another flip through. This one is the Crochet World Autumn 2025 magazine. I did the summer one when that one came out, and so now I'm going to do the fall one because y'all like that so much, so here we go. We're starting off with Beginner's Corner. This pattern is the Four Corners Market Bag. Skill level is beginner. They want you to use a cotton wool blend, 3.75 millimeter hook, or whatever is needed to obtain the gauge. Looks like you basically make a square and then sew it together, and then add some straps. This is the Clusters and Stripes Afghan. This is an intermediate pattern, also a quick make, and a scrap buster. Medium 4-weight yarn and a 5 millimeter hook. If you were here last time, they're continuing this Woodland Amigurumi series. I think last time was a bear. This time we have a fox, Fred the Fox. 4 worsted weight yarn, 4 millimeter hook, or whatever hook is needed to obtain the gauge. And this is for a confident beginner. So that would be like a beginner plus. Decrease block, growing block, and intarsia block. Practice fun stitches, techniques, and texture with these 3 blocks that you could use in a variety of ways. It's a confident beginner level again. 4 worsted weight yarn, 6.5 millimeter hook, or of course whatever hook is needed to obtain the gauge. It's also under Scrap Buster. This particular one is the decrease block. This one is the growing block. And this is the intarsia block. This is the Wildflowers Blanket. It is an intermediate pattern, 4 worsted weight yarn, 6 millimeter hook. This is the Cobweb Doily. Now you have a couple options for this one. You can either use a 0 lace weight size 10 cotton crochet thread or a 4 worsted weight yarn with a 4 millimeter hook. If you use the cotton thread, they recommend the size 1.80 for your steel crochet hook. This is a quick and easy, but I believe it's intermediate. Yes, this is an intermediate pattern. It's also under the One Skein Wonders, so that's cool too. For my Halloween loving friends, this is the Trick or Treat Centerpiece. These cute little pumpkins with witches' hats. This is for crochet thread as well. Use a 1.65 millimeter steel crochet hook. Confident beginner. I'm gonna throw this out there though. This is a confident beginner with crochet thread. That is very different than a confident beginner with regular yarn. Crochet thread is a different animal. So, just so you know. For Thanksgiving, you can make the Thanksgiving Leaves doily. This is also made with crochet thread, as most of these are in this section. It is an intermediate pattern, and you use a 1.90 steel crochet hook to get the job done. See a little turkey head in the center? This section is called Thanksgiving Dinner. This is the Sienna Bronze Runner. Skill level is intermediate. Use a 2 weight fine cotton and a 3.75 millimeter hook. If you use a cotton acrylic blend, which they do here, make sure that it is mainly cotton more than acrylic because you are using this and hot things will go on it, especially if it's for your Thanksgiving table. This is the Autumn Plaid Kitchen Towel, intermediate. Again, a cotton 2 fine weight and a 4 millimeter hook. You can attach it to a towel bar using the little leaf attachment and the little snap at the top, or you can just hang it somewhere. But the little snap attachment makes sure it's not going to go anywhere, and it makes it look nicer. Cute. Orange Cream Pie Hot Pad. This absolutely needs to be made in 100% cotton. You are using it as a hot pad. It needs to be double thick, which it is, and 100% cotton, so you do not burn yourself or melt anything. This is made in a 4 weight yarn. It is an intermediate pattern, and you use a 4mm hook. This too is known as quick and easy and a scrap buster. Fringy Fall Placemat. Confident beginner level, 4 worsted weight yarn, 6mm hook, and you use it as 2 strands held together so that it's double thick. This is probably also a scrap buster. Pretty sure. Or if you just have a beautiful skein of worsted weight yarn and then maybe a solid color to hold with it, that could be pretty too. Pumpkin Pie Casserole Cozy. So you're gonna put your casserole dish inside this thing to keep it warm, but also it looks cute on the table. This needs to be made in 100% cotton as well because it is holding a hot dish. And again, we want to avoid melting. This is for a confident beginner, a 4 weight yarn, and a 3.25mm hook. You could probably get away with a 3.5 too. Now just take a look at your yarn, see what it recommends. All right, I'm not sure why this is under the Thanksgiving dinner section, but Topsy-Turvy Halloween Treats. This is for a confident beginner. This is made in a 3 weight or DK yarn. This is a cotton acrylic blend and a 2.75mm hook or whatever hook is needed to obtain the gauge as always. Yeah, don't know why that's under Thanksgiving. Clearly this is Halloween. It's even in the title. But okay, it's still cute. We have arrived at the new section, Wilderness Chic. This is the Woodland Whimsy C2C Afghan. C2C stands for corner to corner if you are new to crochet. And this is made in a 4 worsted weight yarn. It is an intermediate pattern and you use a 5mm hook or whatever hook is needed to obtain the gauge as always. This is what is referred to as a graphghan. So what that is you use corner to corner or intarsia to make a picture with your stitches, or in this case, blocks. So each of these blocks is part of the picture. It's really beautiful, have to say. If we had a cabin, might have to make that. So here, I'll just show you. Usually you get a chart, and there are little arrows in the corner, and it'll tell you which direction to go. So when you make corner to corner, you're going diagonally. So you're building the blocks diagonally and you're going out like this. So it's like that. And it can get a little complicated to read the graph, which is why I also prefer when they have written instructions. But this one seems to think you need to know what you're doing. So this would not be for beginners. It is marked intermediate. But yes, just going off the graph alone when you're learning corner to corner, that could be a little tricky. So maybe start out with some YouTube videos first to get your bearings of how the C2C really works. Wilderness Trail Poncho. Skill level intermediate, 4 worsted weight yarn, and a 5.5mm hook, and also an 8mm hook, or 2.5 sizes larger than the gauge hook, just for the turtleneck part so that it doesn't bunch up on you. Now, I will say this pattern has mini cables, so if you don't like to do cables, this is not the one for you. I have looked all around this pattern and I cannot find a size chart. So the size in the photo is 37 inches wide by 25 inches long. But that's weird that I can't find a size chart. Hunter's Dog Sweater. This is an intermediate pattern made with a 4 worsted weight yarn and a 5.5mm hook. The instructions given here are to fit a medium-sized dog, so nothing for the large dogs, unfortunately. I guess if you're training a puppy in the wilderness, this would be good. Like a lab or something. Forager Cowl. Skill level intermediate, 4 weight yarn, and a 5.5mm hook. The example is 32 inches in circumference at the bottom edge and 26 inches circumference at the top edge and 14 inches tall. The Slouchy Bavarian Stitch Beanie. Intermediate level, fits a 21-inch head circumference. Use a 3-weight yarn and a 3.75 millimeter hook. And the reason that I have this little tin over here is because the pattern is literally like underneath that. But this picture is great, but this gives you a better look at what it actually looks like. So that's why I decided to do that. And it's a very pretty stitch. I like it a lot. It's a very pretty stitch. This is the Warren Grove Cocoon. Skill level intermediate. 4-weight yarn. 4mm and 5mm hook. The finished size in the photograph is 47 by 29 once it's blocked. But the sizes are for small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, and 3X. So it goes all the way up to a 3X, which is really nice. This is the Woodland Ripple Afghan. It is an intermediate pattern. You use a 4 worsted weight yarn and a 5.5mm hook. Pretty simple, very straightforward Woodland Ripple Afghan. The reason they make it an intermediate is the ripple stitch is considered intermediate. I personally disagree with that rating. I know that most people would disagree with me, but I think that the ripple is something you can learn as a very confident beginner. You know, beginner plus kind of status, but it's very pretty regardless. So, Iris Edges Pullover. Skill level intermediate. 4 worsted weight yarn, 5mm hook. And the instructions given fit a woman's size small to 3X. You can see the back here. It's very oversized, but that's fun. Sirimiri Cardi. This quirky asymmetrical hooded cardigan will keep your interest every step of the way. Skill level intermediate. 3-weight yarn. 6mm hook or hook used to obtain gauge. The instructions given fit a size small to a 5X. Wow, that's great. It's very interesting, but I know my OCD friends, this would probably drive you crazy. Here you can see the cute little hood that goes with it. Here is a picture of the whole thing, and you can now see why they call it asymmetrical. Here is a brief look at all the patterns in the book once more. And that was Crochet World Magazine, Autumn 2025. Which project was your favorite? Tell me in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, life happens, yarn helps, and spoonies can stitch it up too. Bye.